Hello! Today I'm going to show you how to make, well, it's just a pretty cake. It would actually be quite a cool wedding design. But I'm basically going to show you how to make these fondant looking doilies. You can see up close, they've all got little patterns on them. This is for Lily, my daughter's 7th birthday. She's chosen everything that she wants, and she's sort of gone for different rainbow colours. So this is a different take on a rainbow colour. Top 2 tiers are dummy tiers. I'm not giving my daughter a 3-tier cake for her birthday. The bottom one is a chocolate cake. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. It's really simple, and there's heaps of gorgeous variations you can do on this design using maybe like a pastel coloured cake with white. The idea is from, I got it from a crumb cake. And yeah, so it's not my own idea, but I've just done a variation on it. Enjoy. Okay, so the materials that I need to make this little doily shape, I guess you would call it, I've got just a tiny little piping nozzle to get a little hole. So that's going to get me my little circle holes. Toothpick is going to get me the tiny little holes. And then what I wanted to do was get a teardrop shape, and I didn't have a teardrop cutter. So I made this one. Myself. There you go, you can see that there. So teardrop. So in my Lego video, same thing, I didn't have a really tiny circle cutter. So I made it. This is aluminium flashing, which I bought from Bunnings with the intention, look how much is there, with the intention to make heaps of cookie cutters. Like seriously, you can see that's all I've used. But I've still got it, so that's cool. It's going to last me forever. Basically, what you just do is, this is so easy, is you just cut off a tiny strip. So there you go. I've just cut off this tiny strip, and then I've just grabbed a paintbrush, and then because that is going to give it obviously the circular part, and then I've just pushed it together like that. You can see it around it like that. And then, whoops. There you go. So that is my other one. So yeah, how easy was that? And I have got a teardrop cutter. So it's cool, got 2 to choose from. So I'm now going to roll out all my fondant, all my colours. Fondant mixed with a hardening agent, which I use Tylo. Or you can just simply buy gum paste. Some people prefer to do that. I just like to buy my fondant in bulk, and then I add the hardening agent as I go, and I colour as I go as well. So I'll show you how I make my pattern. Okay, so I'm using, it's called a fluted pastry cutter. So basically I've got a whole heap of circle cutters, but it's just got the, no, it's not fluted. Fluted I think means it goes out. Anyway, so it's just scalloped, I don't know, anyway, it's bumpy circle is what I'll call it. Okay. Just make sure the edges are quite defined. And I'm basically just going to start imprinting my pattern. So first step, I'm just using a toothpick, and just where every little hump part is, I'm just putting a little tiny hole. Okay, so looking at my design now, I basically decided these teardrops are just too big. I just don't really like the look of it. Probably I should have started doing that before I spent all the time doing the toothpicks. But this little circle there I've just done with the top of my piping nozzle. So I'm actually going to do the design just using this circle instead of using the teardrop. It's a lot easier to just punch it out with that. So I'm going to start again, and I'll show you what it looks like once I've put in my little toothpick and my little dots. Okay, so this is my little one. You see the size of the toothpick. So I stuffed up my big one again, so I thought there's no point wasting my time on a big one till I get the design right on the little one. So I've just put in my holes. Next thing is I'm just going to prick a little circle in the middle, and then do some little pricks going down into that middle part. Okay, so this is my finished little doily. Oh, you can see that one little extra dot I did there. So annoying, but I'm going to keep it anyway. I figure I'll probably be the only one that notices that. Okay, so basically I'm just going to do my other colours, the other sizes, and I'll show you what they all look like at the end. So these are my finished doilies. This is the next day, so they've hardened. Look, as you can see, they're not perfect. The circles are, I mean, look at that one, that's so not in the centre. But when you look at it like that, they look pretty good, I reckon. They're nice and hard. I mean, today is Wednesday, cake's on Friday, so, you know, I've got heaps of time. But yeah, they look really good. Okay, so I've got my plain cake. Don't worry, that's not, look at that bump there. It's 2 dummy tiers. I'm not giving my 7-year-old a 3-tier cake. And here are my finished discs. So what I'm going to do is I think I'll have a play around with the design to put it here. Then it's simply a matter of sticking it. You've got to be careful when you've got, you know, a white cake and red. If I stick that and position it, and then change my mind, it's going to leave a red mark on the white cake. So I really need to make sure I've got the design where it wants to be, and then I can stick it all together. Okay, so I've just sort of put my first tier pattern down. This is sort of what I'm going to do, but look, I'll see what it looks like once I get that first lot of colours on. Okay, so that is the end of the cake. I've put it up there. I'm not quite sure whether I've got one left. I can't just work out where it would work. So I haven't put it on yet, but that's okay. I hope you enjoy the tutorial.